Hey guys, welcome to Seven Insights. I'm Kayleigh and today I'm going to be sharing with you a kind of scary story. Basically, this week's theme is Storytime, which means that you basically share a story, and I've been wanting to share this story with people for quite a while. I don't know. Basically, this is the time that I encountered something paranormal. And if you don't like these types of videos, then definitely click out. I won't mind, because I know that a lot of my friends get creeped out when I tell this story. So I won't mind if you guys click out of this video. But for those that are staying, let's just get on into it. Okay, so I don't really know where to start, but I guess it was a couple months ago, maybe 1 or 2 months ago. I was in this room and I was going to bed, and this was the first time I ever had chamomile tea, which I don't know why, but I feel like that has something to do with it. Maybe not, I don't know. But I wasn't feeling that well that night either, so I had my chamomile tea to help me get to sleep. And yeah, I was in this room, sleeping in this bed, and yeah, I don't know, I had my chamomile tea and I went off to bed and everything was fine, even though I wasn't feeling very well. Yeah, I just had a bit of a sore stomach, I guess, but yeah. And then late at night, what happens for me in my family is we have a gate at the top of the stairs, so the stairs are in that direction, and we have a gate, a sliding gate that locks, which my parents lock when they go to bed so that we're all safe here. And so yeah, every single night I always hear the gate close, and yeah, so I was sleeping and then I woke up when I heard the sound, but obviously because I've always heard the sound, it's like, it's a common thing, so I just went straight back to sleep. It's not like I wake up like fully, it's like I hear it in my sleep. It's kind of hard to explain, but anyway, that's not the point. Point is, the gate closed, and so I knew that my parents had gone to bed. And so then I just carried on sleeping. Then around lunchtime that day, I'd had a toasted sandwich or something for lunch, and I'd left the plate in the corner of my room right by the door, because yeah, I was editing or something that day. I don't remember what I was doing, but I was doing something on my computer and I needed to eat, so I had my sandwich there and I was eating it, and then I was going to take it down with me, but I forgot and it was left in the corner of the room. And then around like 3 AM, I want to say, I'm not really sure, but I just know that it was in the wee hours of the morning. But yeah, I woke up to this kind of tapping sound as if the plate was being knocked against the table. So I was kind of, I don't really know how to explain this, but I was kind of like awake. I was lying like on my back, and I lifted my head and I kind of saw like a figure there, and I was like, what? Okay, go back to sleep. Everything was fine. But then I was like, wait, no, hold on a second. I just saw a figure in the corner of my room. This could be someone breaking into my room. This could be someone trying to steal my phone. This could be someone trying to steal my laptop. And I was not okay with that. So I sat up. But I sat up slowly because I didn't want to, like, if it were a burglar, I didn't want to like suddenly sit up and be like, hey you, what are you doing in my room? Get out. Because I don't know who this guy was or girl. It could be armed. It could be, well, not it, but he or she could be armed. I didn't want to get hurt. So I sat up slowly. Probably not the best thing to do when you discover that someone's in your house. But yeah, obviously it wasn't someone that was burglaring my house, because what I saw was a girl in a white nightgown, and her hair was like this really, really curly, long brown hair, very, very similar to my sister's, to my sister Candace's hair. So I thought it was her, but she was standing there, her back was to me, and she was tapping on the plate. So she was lifting it up and down, and banging it on the table. Not really loud, just like really, really softly. So I was a bit confused as to what she's doing, but I didn't say anything, I just kind of watched it. And then she turned around and she looked at me, and then she slowly opened the door again, because I sleep with my door closed. So she opened the door and she walked outside and closed the door, and that was it. And I was like, okay, that was weird. So then I lay back down, And then I suddenly realized what I had seen. I was like, hold on a second. Why is my sister standing there? Why is she in a white dressing gown? And why was she randomly tapping on my plate? So I sat up and I looked around and I was like, wait, hold on a second. This is crazy. So I got out of my room, took my phone. It was sitting on charge on my table here. Took my phone with me and I went outside and I went down the hallway. I shined it in all my siblings' bedrooms. So I shined it in my brother's, saw that he was still sleeping in his room. Went into Amber's room, she was also still sleeping, and then went into my sister Candace's room. And this was like a little bit scary for me. I was like, okay, well, if she's not there, or if she's awake, then I know that it was her. If she's not, then I can kind of freak out. So anyway, I shone the light into her room and she was fast asleep. Like, I came up real close to make sure that she was fast asleep. She was out cold. She was fast asleep. So I was like, okay, wait, so this couldn't have been any of my siblings because they all passed out. And my parents, well, the door was still closed. So I went to my mom and dad's room because at this point I was freaking out because I was like, who did I see? Now, what's going on? So I went to their bedroom and to try and ask them what had actually happened. They were both fast asleep. I even called my dad. I was like, Dad, Dad, Dad. And he wouldn't even wake up to answer me. So I was like, okay, now this is really weird. Why is my dad not waking up? Like, this is weird. So I was like, okay, well, maybe he's just tired. So then I went back to my room and I was like, no, now this is freaking me out. I can't get to sleep now. What is going on? Don't know how I ended up falling asleep, but I ended up falling asleep. And I woke up the next morning and I was like, whoa, okay, so this wasn't a dream. This actually happened because I looked at the plate was still there and everything was like how she left it. So I was like, okay, this is weird. And I told my parents and they were like, no, this is weird. Like, my dad would wake up if I had called him. And yeah, still to this day, I do not know what I saw. I do not know if it were a ghost. It probably wasn't. What I'm kind of presuming happened was I wasn't feeling well and I had chamomile tea, which are the two different things that had happened that night in comparison to everything else. So I'm thinking that maybe I was hallucinating, I would say. I don't know. But basically, kind of like I was dreaming it, but not really, if that makes sense. I don't know. Weird, but that's my story. Hopefully it entertained you. Yeah, I guess that's it for this week's video. Don't forget to subscribe to Seven Sides and subscribe to my channel and everything else. All my social media links are all down below. And yeah, also side note, I am wearing the same clothes from last week because I'm filming both the same videos on the same day. Yeah, so just in case you're wondering that, yeah, okay, so I'll see you all next Monday with an all new video. Bye guys.
Yeah.